From downtown Bakersfield, 23 ABC News starts now.
The search continues this morning for anyone involved in the shooting at the Valley Plaza Mall last night. This morning, we are live there with the latest that left 2 people injured.
And today, law enforcement will remember one of their own. We have details on a funeral service for Commander Ian Chandler.
Good morning and thanks for joining us for 23 ABC News at 6 a.m. I'm Danielle Kernkamp.
I'm Mike Hart. Glad you're here. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Elena Rusk and see what she has to say as the storm approaches.
There's so much to cover.
The perfect voice for that.
I'm having a blast because I'm staying at home. My family, you know, it's Thanksgiving, rain or shine. So many people are traveling. This is really a headache. So if you're wondering when's the best time to leave, before 5 p.m. today.
Okay.
You can still get over those passes Wednesday and Thursday if you're traveling. It just depends on if they're open, because it's not just the weather, but any icy conditions and possible crashes that could shut them down. So we just never know when or if they're going to be running or not. So we'll keep a close eye on this. If you don't have our 23 ABC mobile and tablet app yet, go ahead and get it. As soon as mountain passes close, we are on it within minutes, and we send an alert right to your phone. So even if you're on the road, you can be like, oh, okay, well, got to turn around. As we start with our headlines this morning, there's a hard freeze warning in effect for the northern Valley cities until 9 a.m., but we are just hovering around that freezing mark. It hasn't been a hard freeze for us necessarily. North of the Kern County line, that is the case. Rain then arrives late this afternoon. We're talking after 4 p.m. and we're wet Wednesday through Thanksgiving. The snow level's trying to fall as low as 2,000 feet. That means 6 to 12 inches at those lowest levels, 1 to 2 feet in our highest mountain cities. Feet of snow. And it's all thanks to that storm system there, which you see is pushing the wet weather into northern California this morning, arriving for us later tonight. So 40 here in Bakersfield while we wait. There's that 32 freezing in Delano. Very cold in the mountains now. 57 in Bakersfield later. 53 in Isabella, mid-40s, Tehachapi and Fraser Park this afternoon. As for our roadways, good to go. We're not seeing anything major out there. Passes are open and they're dry until sunset tonight. After that, it starts getting tricky.
This morning, the search continues for any suspects connected to that shooting at the Valley Plaza last night, where hundreds of people went scrambling as those shots rang out.
23 ABC's Alyssa Flores is live at the Valley Plaza Mall, where Bakersfield Police Chief Lyle Martin says there will be additional units in the area. Alyssa?
Mike, Danielle, we are in the midst of holiday shopping, so as you can imagine, it was packed here at the Valley Plaza Mall last night in absolute chaos when gunshots rang out. Now, thankfully, the 2 victims of this shooting, they were transported to the hospital from here with non-life-threatening injuries, so they are expected to be okay. But for the hundreds of people shopping here, well, they expected the worst. They feared the worst when they heard those gunshots. They rang out at about 6 o'clock. Bakersfield police saying the shooting started as a physical altercation. 2 groups of young adults between their late teens and early 20s. Now, police say at some point the argument escalated. The suspect, described as a black man in a gray sweatshirt, pulled out a gun and started firing before taking off. 2 men, 20 and 15 years old, suffered gunshot injuries. Meantime, panic spread throughout the mall. Shoppers feared the worst, running and seeking shelter anywhere they could.
What's going through my mind is, will I be able to see anybody that I love again? Or like, you know, what would happen next? Am I gonna die? You know, it's pretty crazy.
Bakersfield Police Chief Lyle Martin hoped to put the community at ease, assuring that this shooting was not a random act. He says it's safe to return to the mall today and it will be business as usual today. But the search for that suspect, of course, that continues. We have that suspect description on our website, turnto23.com. And if you have any information on the suspect, you are urged to call Bakersfield Police at 327-7111. Reporting live from the Valley Plaza Mall, Alyssa Flores, 23 ABC, connecting you.
Alyssa, thank you. We will continue to follow that shooting coverage at the Valley Plaza, bring you updates from the BPD as we receive them, including any information on the search for that suspect or suspects. If you missed any of the coverage that we have had so far, you can find stories and videos on our website, social media, and streaming platforms.
Today, the community will gather to remember a high-ranking sheriff's deputy who passed away suddenly. According to family and friends, funeral services for KCSO Commander Ian Chandler will be held this morning at 10 at Canyon Hills Assembly of God Church at 7001 Auburn Street. A reception at Buck Owens Crystal Palace will immediately follow the service. Officials say they're waiting for the coroner to determine the official cause of death.
23 ABC is joining the California Highway Patrol when it comes to helping every child celebrate the holidays. The Chips for Kids Toy Drive, put together by local officers who collect new and unwrapped toys and other items for infants, tots, and teens. CHP says it started 9 years ago with a couple hundred kids. Now they help about 4,000, and they need more than just toys. They need things like blankets, clothes, shoes, and more. The kids get to shop for their own present right here, which makes it that much more meaningful. If you want to help, there's still time. You can drop off any donations at all local Walgreens, Motor City and the Auto Mall, the CHP headquarters, even right here at our studios on 21st Street. The toy drive runs through December 16th.
If you're interested in winning a turkey dinner, well, in less than 2 hours, you have the chance to do just that by participating in Turkey Bowling. It's an annual competition where contestants compete against one another to see who can knock down the most pins in an attempt to win a turkey, maybe even a complete turkey dinner from Smart & Final. It's all happening at Smart & Final on Mount Vernon, starting at 7 o'clock this morning, and it goes until about 10 a.m. I think this is really just going to be fun to watch and just see how people get pretty competitive, you know, for a turkey. That's a good deal. Right?
America.
Exactly.
So, hey, we're at 40 right now. Later today, 57, increasing clouds, increasing breezes. That rain comes after 4 p.m. and we're talking an 80% chance of rain overnight. I want to kick it up to 90 to 100%, but we have rain shadowing to account for, fast winds coming through as well. So it may take a little bit longer, but after 4 p.m., when we see the sunset at 5 p.m., then cold air comes rushing in and that storm system is charging onshore. So it's just moving into Northern California tonight, but it's the cold front that comes sweeping through that gives us the rain and the colder air. So that freeze warning in effect for our valley cities to the north until early this morning. Then that expires. The winter storm warning taking over tonight. We are talking about a couple feet of snow at our very highest elevations, even 1, 2, maybe even 3 inches of snow for that winter weather advisory for those hills off to the west. So that's pretty exciting to see even some snow there on the west side. You also see this area of green. That's where the threat of thunderstorms are because this system is so unstable with its cold air as it comes charging onshore. So 1 to 2 feet of snow above 5,000 feet. That means if you're those highest reaches of Bear Valley Springs Pine Mountain Club, you could get a couple feet. We're talking 6 to 12 inches of snow above 2,000 feet. Isabella trying to get a couple inches out of this. Tehachapi Fraser Park should have enough to make snowmen out of. And because of all this, travel delays are expected. Road closures are possible. We'll take a look at a nationwide travel delays map for tomorrow, busiest travel day of the year, coming up in your traffic.
A fire erupting near Santa Barbara, just southwest of Kern County, exploding in size overnight and forcing evacuations.
Let's go live to Christina Favuzzi from our sister station in San Luis Obispo, live at these fires. Christina, what can you tell us?
Good morning, Mike and Danielle. This fire continues to be such a dynamic situation. I'm standing here on Highway 154, just a couple of miles up from the main city of Santa Barbara, heading up towards Santa Ynez Valley, but still very much in the city of Santa Barbara. Now, when I spoke to you earlier, we had that incredible situation, quite scary to be honest, of ember casts coming across the highway and lighting this ridge top, this other side of the highway, this brush on fire and burning up to the ridge. We've seen firefighters continue to put some water on that. They are concerned about that flaring up again, but still burning very actively down here in the canyon. We have extremely dense chaparral brush down there. This brush has not burned in 30 some years since the paint fire of 1990 that burned hundreds of homes in the city of Santa Barbara and actually claimed 2 lives. So the fire continuing to burn up into the ridgeline, and on the other side we've seen some orange glow throughout the area, seeing a flare up straight ahead from me. If you can pan over to this area, we're seeing flames right there. The firefighters are continuing to move up the highway, so we're going to head up there momentarily. We hear that's where the fire is burning most actively, so we want to show you those pictures while staying safe, of course. I spoke with the public information officer. He gave me an update on acreage, saying 3,300 acres. We will have a more accurate number at 7 a.m. this morning at a press conference down at one of the local high schools. He also gave me some good news that as of right now, no homes, no structures have been lost in this fire, but the evacuation orders are still very much in place. We're seeing more resources heading up there right now, so we are going to follow them safely and bring you more updates throughout the morning. For now, live in Santa Barbara, I'm Christina Favuzzi. Mike and Danielle, back to you.